Hey there everyone, how we doing today? My name is Lamoura, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are here in Camp Tranquil, about to ravage an adamantoise turtle's nest for its egg in order to get the information we need in order to slay Titan. We're on a quest, that is for sure. Alright, I'm going to eat some eggs here. That should give me about enough time to finish the episode, and then finally we're going to hit our minion roulette, see who will be joining us for today's episode. It is Mini Moogle. Alright, cool. Alright, Landell, tell us where that nest is. Trial by turtle. Anything good here? Ooh, those pants though. Alright. We know what we're getting. Sweet. Landell is wondering why you are still here. Well, you haven't told us where to go. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just right for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay your hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Niah. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in the swamp. Nah. I find your lack of faith disturbing, as, you know, would be said in Star Wars. Oop, can we make... Oh, dude, we're not platforming champion. I really thought I was going to make that. If I committed to the jump a bit more, I could have, but unfortunately I didn't. Alright, so here's the egg. It is massive. Oh my goodness. Think how many omelets you can make with that. Alright, so we got a big boy over here. I can't see jack shit. Alright, we're just... Okay. I'm gonna get hit by that, huh? Wow, oh, it went down. And I didn't even get hit by it, too. That was a chomp, huh? Everything melts in the hands of Niah. Well, now that we have the egg, we can turn back in, and hopefully that will be it for this series of quests, and we can move on to the next. I feel like we spent more than enough time here. Whole half of the last episode and first 2 minutes of this, way too much time wasted. But the quest isn't technically done yet, so what's the next point? I thought you might have a good sense to leave this place, but your continued presence, I take it you intend to preserve to the bitter end. Oh, we found the egg, so... Aha! Such bravery, such recklessness, that will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Aldan Noon? What? Ald Noon? I don't know how to pronounce that. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Niah. Well, okay, that part's done. And then we need to go to the Forgotten Springs, which Lord knows if I know where that is. It's in Thanalan. Oh, it's this place. The desert area. Okay. Cool. A lot of traveling around. From Shroud to Thanalan. We'll probably have to go back up to Lenoskia at one point. All across the world. This is a world... Oh no, I just missed this fate. Dang it. That's a fun fate. There was a giant worm here. All these guys come rushing in. You had to defend the town. It's kind of cool. Obviously, it's one of those things that, like, you don't have to do it. No one ever has to do anything in this game. State your business, adventurer. Why does he have a... What? Oh, he's laughing. Snort. So this is one of the one that Weisket sent me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive... Oh, because he's like a lion, I guess. So it's like a roar. Maybe he rolls his R's, I'm not quite sure. You will receive no aid from me. I can't roll my R's that well, so I'm not going to. Not going to even try. Alright, real quick, let's put on those pants. They look pretty comfy. Yeah, those look comfy. It actually looks pretty goofy. Anyways. The Drake exception. None? I'm just gonna call him Noon. Oh, Ode Noon. Old Noon is attempting to ignore you. Anything good here? Not really. I mean, this is about the same. It might be a better color, though, so that's something to keep an eye on. Vitality, Intelligence, and Determination. I don't remember if Determination is what we need, but Vitality and Intelligence is something that we want, so I think I'm going to take the earrings for this quest. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. Oh, he purrs. I get it. He's a cat. Cat's purr. Duh. Why did that take me so long to figure out? Why did I think lion first off? Anyways, you've seen your share of battles. There is no mistaking that. And you did manage to obtain that adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. I can't roll my R's for a purr, so you'll have to forgive me. The nun I once fought also believes that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am none. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills, instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and it is why I still hold it, and it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. A child who wishes to become a hunter must collect the blood of 7 sundrakes. You are not a child, so you may find this to be easy, but you are not of the U tribe, so perhaps not. I will consider your request once you have brought me the blood, and not a moment sooner. How does he know it's the blood of 7? Like, do they all have different blood? Do they test it? Do they have a blood lab here? Interesting. My screen just kind of, like, freaked out there. I don't know why. Anyways, what I was saying was, like, do they all have different blood types? Do I have to bleed these drakes enough to get 7 drakes worth of blood? Because that's a hell of a lot of blood. Like, even if it was like 7 humans worth, you know, that's a fuck ton of blood. I don't remember how much. There's like a few pints of blood in the human body, right? So how much is in something as large as like a land drake, you know? That's a lot. There's way more blood than any one person should have to gather all on their own. But it's alright, we'll figure it out. I think all the drakes start spawning over here, if I'm not mistaken. And then I already killed some sun drakes earlier while I was waiting for the fate to pop last episode, or 2 episodes ago. So that's part of my hunting log for this character. We still have to go a little bit further, huh? These sundrakes. Okay, there's one. I was gonna say. I feel like I've seen a few earlier than this, but perhaps not. No. Someone's fighting the sundrake. I need this one! Don't you dare kill it before I get there, you piece of shit. Alright, let's at least get a ruin out. Nope, he's gonna kill it. I'm not gonna get credit for that. Dang it, man. I needed that sundrake. Alright, well, here we go. I'm not going to worry about putting my dot effects on these guys, it's just, like, not worth it. By the time I do all that, I can pretty much kill them all with Ruin much faster. Just keep on spamming, you know? Sometimes it's the best way to do it. Or if, you know, you just kind of get lazy. Man, that cooldown after that attack seems like it takes forever. I don't know if it really does. At least there were a fair few amount of sundrakes around here. I would have liked to have one more, because I think I'm running out here now. Yeah, that cooldown definitely seems like it takes a lot longer than the normal one. So I'll probably try to avoid using it while, you know, just messing about here. Any other sundrakes? Alright, let's mount up, see if we can find any more. Maybe they've spawned, maybe they haven't. They've got to be around here somewhere. Oh, sundrakes, where are you? Oh, man, we have to wait for them to spawn. That other guy cleared out this area. Okay, there's one. There's one. That's one thing I really do hate. The the spawn rate, like it makes sense if, you know, for you, like you don't want to just like kill something, turn around, and then it's like right there attacking you again. But when you have to compete for resources in a way with other characters, it's just like, oh god, gag me with a spoon. Wow, I really got hit by that. Okay. Cool. So that one's dead, and then we have one more over here. So we just need to kill 2 more. Hopefully, by the time I'm done killing this one, the other ones will spawn. I'll keep an eye out, just in case he had killed 3 in this area. I don't think so. Okay. Oh, there's one. It spawned back. Alright, let's go for it. Alright. Let's just use our regular attacks. Why not? Go a lot faster, right? Alright, get my Aether Flow stacks back and it'll be dead. Now we can return with the 7 vials of blood. It's a lot. I feel like I could have just, you know, gotten all 7 vials from killing one of them. I could understand if he wanted me to bring like 7 eyes or like legs or tails, but pints of blood, that's so easy to fake, you know? Though maybe it's a honor thing, you know, if it's a tradition in their culture, no one would really lie about it. Or at least, okay, I can't say no one. Most people wouldn't lie, because there's always bad apples in the bunch, you know? I hate saying that. It sounds really odd in today's climate, but there are always going to be ones who try to prosper from cheating and stealing and lying and stuff like that. Even when honor and moral values comes into play. What's this guy fighting? Oh, a Eorzea? Why are you fighting a Eorzea at level 31, huh? Is it part of their hunting log? I've never played the Pugilist, so it might be part of the hunting log. But who knows? Alright, whatever your name is. Weird old name, dude. None. I will not help an unproven whelp. Bring me the blood, or we have nothing to discuss. I have the blood. Can't you smell it? You are a hunter of beasts. This much I now know to be true. But Titan is no mere beast. If you mean to hunt a god, you must prove much more to me. Alright, fine. I'll take those earrings, though. Now, it's telling me that technically it's not better, but I don't find that to be true. Because, wait, what? No, did I take the wrong earrings? Yeah, I don't, shoot. Because I already had these, so I was reading it wrong then? I might have taken the wrong ones, I don't know. Oh well, I can always sell them or something. The perfect prey. None wants you to hunt the most dangerous game. Hunting a beast is a simple affair. You merely stalk, pursue, and slay. Hunting a beast man, however, is far more complex endeavor. Across the desert to the east lies the Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and his guile? Yeah. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring me his necklace. Now this is what I'm talking about. Give me something with a real challenge. Now he said it's... Okay, the perfect prey is down here, near that fate. This is the fate for the... Ira? That Far Eastern traveler lady from a few episodes ago. So we'll be close to it. We won't be fighting or participating in the fate, but ours is very close to it. Which is weird. It's like they have all of this desert open, right? And I couldn't tell you exactly where all the fates pop in this area, but the fact that they put like multiple, like an MSQ and a fate thing very close together, kind of odd. Kind of strange to me, but hey, who am I? I'm not one who creates games, so maybe they only had a specific amount of spaces they could place it. should be right about here. Oh, and the fate's over there. So it is a bit further away than we anticipated. Because I was zoomed out so far, it looked like it was a bit closer than it really was. Alright, am I going to have to fight the sandworm? Really? Truly? Let's see if it leaves us alone. Sometimes if you're far enough away, they won't bother you. But it looks like I am... Yes! Yes! Just outside of its range. Perfect. Alright, so will he appear when he sees this spear? And then what? Oh, and then we go to a destination and wait. Now, we might activate this one. Oh, thank you for turning away. So because the spear is there, he'll take it as a sign of some sort. Yeah, well, that's what it looks like was happening. Alright, Ifrit, do your stuff. And Momo. Momo too. Oh, why did I use that right there? That was stupid. Oh, he's down. Oh my god. He is down. Lord have mercy. Dude, playing DPS is so good. No wonder people do it all the time. No wonder it's the most popular class. But again, I can't get behind the 20+ minute wait time. Sorry. So I hit my mic, so I'll start that over. Again, I can't get behind the 20+ minute wait times for the dungeons. That's unacceptable. Now, there are ways to get around it that I found out very recently on my other character. I was playing around with, so just to start from the beginning, in your Grand Company, as you level up, you'll eventually get NPC squadrons, as they're called. These squadrons allow you to recruit random NPCs by doing tasks like gambling in the Golden Saucer, or completing dungeons, or whatever. You get to go to like your own little recruitment site, review their papers, their stats and everything, recruit those characters, you can train them, and when they hit a certain level, they'll be able to go on what they're called squadron missions. These missions allow you to, or I think it may be command missions or something like that. Essentially what happens is, instead of queuing into a dungeon with random people that are actually playing the game, you can queue into the dungeons with NPCs, the ones that you've been training. So if you want to try a new class and you're not quite sure how it'll go, you don't want to disappoint your team, you can just take some NPCs into these dungeons and play it through there. I was very tempted to use those to supplement our dungeon runs in this game. I'm sorry, I'll turn this in just a second, but essentially show you the NPC runs, splice them in for this game, so that we didn't have to skip cutscenes, I didn't have to wait for dungeon queues to pop, and I didn't have to worry about disappointing my teammates and then wondering what they're doing, or if they really suck and then we wipe or something of that nature. But the problem is you have to train up those NPCs, and it does take quite a while for them to get to the higher levels. You can't just bring them into any dungeon. They need to be at the appropriate level as well. So it would be way too much work for this. I would rather just wait the extra few minutes to queue into a dungeon. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Yes, he is, and here's the proof. 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me. You impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. Finally. Alright, I'll take all that XP, thank you. And finally, just tell me what I need to do. When the worm turns. None, I don't know how to pronounce this. None is finally willing to tell you the ingredient you seek. Ooh, okay, we got some good gloves coming up here. +2, +5, that's awesome. That's awesome, okay, so we'll be getting these gloves. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. We have a well-wick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but well-wick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on smaller creatures of the Sogoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map, along with the location of the Wellwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Nah, my skills are pretty top-notch. Probably better than you because I've already fought Titan, or Ifrit, and lived. I've bathed in the fire of Ifrit. I probably should have left through the other gate, the east gate. Oh well. We'll just do a little bit of walking. Let's see if we can avoid this russet Yarzan. It's always hard to tell which way they're facing, unfortunately. They don't have a very distinguishable face. A front side, if you will. Okay. So the area's over here, so we have to get some bait, then return, find this worm, kill it, and hopefully that will end the quest. I don't think this one is too long. If they're all following the same kind of path, you do like 2-ish quests, then you go and get your prey. So I think this should be it, essentially. Is this what we're looking for? Anglers, okay. It's weird to see like sand anglers, you know? Let's just get our Aether Flow stacks back so that when we go to fight the worm, we're not waiting for him. Okay. How many do I need to kill? Just one? Sweet. I love it. And then the angular worm is somewhere over this little mountain. Unfortunately, you can't... You can walk up to the crest, right? But it eventually gets so steep that you can't cross over it. So you need to be careful on where you're traveling with this one. I mean, it's not like that big a deal, but, you know, if you're trying to rush through it, it can be a waste of your time. Okay, so let's put the angler thing, and then we'll probably have to go to a destination and wait for it. Or will it just spawn? Yep, there it is, okay. Alright, so we're waiting, and there it is, boys. Oh, Ifrit's just going. Ifrit just knows what's going on here. Don't even need to question it. He's like, don't worry, boss, I got you covered. You don't even need to say a thing. I'm just gonna go do it. It's like, no, Ifrit, don't even attack. Like, imagine it's just like, please don't kill it. There are times when that is a thing. Like, there's certain missions where you need to use a gesture to soothe a creature. You know, you wear it down with a few attacks, and before you kill it, you use the soothe gesture in order to get it to pacify it, I guess I should say. And if you put dot effects, and if you have like a chocobo or a companion out, they can actually go out and kill the thing before you can get your command out. It can be fairly annoying, so just be aware. There are reasons to put away your pet at certain points, lest you want to just be pulling your hair out with certain missions. Trust me, I've done it before. Plenty of times. Drifting Cloud. Is that guy's name? Or is that just part of like a company that he keeps? That is such a cool name. Drifting Cloud. Reminds me of like some Native American thing. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? Yes. That looks good. Look how like just silky smooth that worm meat looks. Oh god. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Niah. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Wisecret. Worry not. You have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce? I've never seen that word before. You should return to Costa del Sol and seek Wisecret's counsel. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. I'll take these gloves, thank you. And real quick, we'll just equip those right there. Update our stats. Alright, what do you want to give us? There and back again. Old Nun would like you to deliver a gift to Wisecret. The captain was always fond of this Brandywine? I'll just call it Brandywine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have, I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Wisecret was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that this is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Niah. Can and will do. So now we need to go back to Costa del Sol, which, if I remember, is right there. And I will meet you back here when we finally talk to Wisecrap. You know, I say that, meet you here when we talk to Wisecrap, but, you know, there's still a bit of traveling that we need to do first, so. Joke's on me. Alright, my boy. What other missions are you gonna have us do here? Well met, Niah. Lendel and Olnun spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Dude, what is this? Okay, let's hand over this wine. I want to see this outfit. It looks pretty cool, but he's gone. Ah, my favorite. I shall have to thank the Nun personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Alengard this time to obtain it. I think it's Alenard, is what he said. The things we do for cheese. Cheese? Okay. Wisecrap would like to tell you about the final ingredient needed for the banquet. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brave Phlox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there has been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident herself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to the Hidden Falls dock and speak with Ozun Nazun. He will direct you to the Raincatcher Gully, where Brave Phlox and her people have made their home. Okay, and I think if I'm not mistaken, that means that we are going to have to do the Brave Phlox long stop dungeon here soon. Which will be okay. I don't remember it being a particularly long dungeon, but it could be one that wipes the party, because I think it is kind of a DPS check. And I'm queuing as a healer, so that won't be too much of a trouble for me. But there are some mechanics, if I remember correctly, that we'll need to pay attention to. The question is, we're almost at 30 minutes. Do we do this mission in this episode, or do we wait for the next one? Because if we wait for the next one, I have a few things that I would like to do. The Glamour and the Die missions being of the key important ones. But if we decide we want to do it here, we'll be going a little long on the episode. I think I'm going to do it next episode. We'll see where this quest takes us and how long it gets to us to actually activate the dungeon. What's the hurry, Venture? Something happened over at the Gabi settlement. I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. Alright, we get to take a boat ride, guys. Oh, little skipper. Hey, skipper, we're going to Raincatcher Gully. Are you coming along? Yep, for 40 gil? Frick yeah, I am. It's better than paying like 600 for some of these places. Okay, and I think, yeah, so it's going to lead us straight to the dungeon, which I will activate, but I won't go in it just yet. Because we're going to probably get there about 32 minutes, I'm assuming. Somewhere around there. Actually, it's a shorter distance, I thought. So we'll get there about 30 minutes. And I don't think we can finish the dungeon in 10, or even just in a flat 20. So we'll pick it up as the first thing we do in the next episode. But don't worry, we're not going to quite finish it, cut this one off too early. Like I said, there are a few things that we can do still. If we come over here, the person we need to talk to should be sitting right here. There they are. Oh, and it's a Gabi. Little gnome goblin guy. Oh yeah, it's a tongue flaps of Whiskerit be reaching ears of Brave Phlox. Uplander is come from tasty fresh Gabi treats, yes. Quest prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chase Gabi flock from homes. Gabi flock needs good Uplander, give safety to Longstop with much hands lending. So we need to help this goblin in order to get through the dungeon, in order to get back to their homes, which is essentially what that whole quest is about. all to get some cheese, mind you. But we're not going to do that just yet. What we are going to do is go over to Horizon and talk to an unlock quest lady who's sitting kind of outside where the Waking Sands is. So we have a little bit of traveling, and hopefully we can finish it in about 10-15 minutes. I hope. Watch this be like a 40-minute quest too. Shit my pants. One thing we should check. Okay, I'm doing great on conditioning for my stuff. Alright. I've been trying to remember to extract materia when I can. Oh wait, no, not on this character. I'm sorry. I keep on getting my other two characters confused. I'm sorry about that. I just, you know, they look the same. They're both named Niah. They're both casters. It's all starting to blend together. And especially as we get closer towards the end game. I mean, we're not quite there yet, but I would say we're about halfway-ish through the game. Maybe just a little bit more. And so as I get closer to where I ended my other character, now it's all starting to blend together. I'm starting to remember some of these quests, where I wasn't really remembering some of the earlier quests in the beginning of the game. Okay, so we have two quests here. We have If I Had a Glamour, which unlocks the glamour system, and then Color Your World, which unlocks dyeing your clothes. So we'll start with If I Had a Glamour. Swigrim wishes to impart you her knowledge of glamours. So we get Glamour Plate, Class Glamour, a Green Beret, which is interesting. I don't remember getting that, to be honest. And then you get 12 Glamour Prisms just for completing this quest. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? Is this a man or a woman? It's a female. Okay. My dear, if only you'd spare the thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during a scuffle, because there is little else going for it. That's it. I've made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see. So much that needs to be addressed. Where to even begin? Be a dear and get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this is a matter best discussed over a glass of something cold. Just go to the excuse me? Just go to the Pist and ask Falklind. Sure. I'll have some blood orange juice and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now off you go. Now, the thing about this one is I believe I already have orange juice, but it's okay. We just need to go over here in order to get some more orange juice. It's specialty one. Oh, Swigrim sent you, did she? That woman. I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an ilm and she'll take a malm. So yeah, even though if you have orange juice, you need this specialty orange juice, just so you are aware. You're not be like, why can't I just use mine? So how's that drink coming along? Here you go. Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe, too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours. What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project the image of one item onto another. It's just an illusion, mind, but very convincing. This means the original object stays essentially the same, but it takes on a new appearance, that's all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another one on top, or use a glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expression are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead and give it a try, and do make it quick, dear. For my sake, I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Wow. Super rude. Okay, so with that done, I now have glamours available. And we should get a Glamour dressers and in-rooms are now available. You may use the dressers to transform items into glamours and create ensembles for quick and easy use. Okay, so we'll get a little text box here. Glamours now allow you to alter the appearance of equipment through the use of illusionary magic. To change the appearance of an item, highlight and select Cast Glamour from the subcommands. Casting Glamours requires catalysts known as Glamour Prisms. Please take note that for the illusion to take effect, you must be able to equip the gear whose appearance is being projected. So essentially what they're saying is you need to be able to naturally wear that gear. So I can't just put on Disciple of a War outfits and look like a tank if I'm a magic user. Glamoured items cannot be sold or traded. Furthermore, the items lending its likeness will become bound to you. With these conditions in mind, by using glamours, you can always look and perform your best. So instead of looking like a dunce over here, you can actually look like someone who's respectable. The Glamour Dresser. Is your inventory cluttered with gear you only wear on special occasions? Are glamour prisms causing you headaches? Glamour dressers have been added to in-rooms across the realm to make applying and managing glamoured gear simpler and more intuitive. Start by adding gear to any glamour dresser where it is instantly transformed into a glamour. Next, use glamour plates to create full sets of glamoured attire which can be applied to your character all at once. I think I get it, but at the same time I don't. Glamour is kind of weird in that way, at least the glamour dresser thing is. So as far as what we're doing here is I'm just going to show you. We're going to cast a glamour onto my boots, and what we're looking for is the Amatsu Sonate boots that we got earlier. So even though we lose technically if we equip this, the defense and magical, and we don't gain any kind of specialty item buffs, because we're just casting a glamour, all it's going to do is change its appearance. So there we go. And you can always tell if something's glamoured because it has this little plus mark next to it. And then you can always see what's glamoured. So as of right now, you can see it says goatskin boots, but it will also change with a plus sign next to it, the Amatsu, whatever its name is, Tsunate. So you can always tell if something is glamoured. With that, we're going to glamour at least just one more piece of attire. Oops, that's not how you do that at all. We're going to cast glamour, and we're going to get the Amatsuteku. There it is. And then we'll decide if we want to do anything with our coat here. I don't think for this class I want to. The thing about it is it's decent looking. It all looks good together, right? If we were to do something like this for the pants, but it doesn't really match what I would call a magic user. So I'm going to avoid doing that. We could cast glamour and have this on and kind of look like this, but I'm going to look for something that's a little bit more, I guess you could call it befitting for me. And by doing that, we'll look in the markets. Eventually we'll be spending our gil in the marketplace, seeing what some people have crafted, and use that as our base glamour. It may not be the most powerful gear that we'll get, but if it looks good, that's all I'm really worried about. Anyways, let's also do color your worlds because we have a few more minutes left. Sigrun wants to show you a whole new world of colors. You there. Yes, you, the decisively unfashionable adventurer. Gods be good, never in my life have I seen such unapologetic focus on function at extreme cost to form. The mere sight of your fare makes my eyes bleed. Jesus, that is intense. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged, though through the use of color. I will teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat has given me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would you? Once I have moistened my throat, we shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. Now, the thing about this one is, I actually have the orange juice. The first one, you needed blood orange juice, but this one is just orange juice. So you see why I mentioned it earlier? You need two different things. So depending on which quest you do first. You may be like, why can't I get the second one done? She asked for orange juice, where you may not have seen it was blood orange juice. So I'm sure most people get it, but it was something that I was like, wait, what? when I first did it. Anyways, pray tell, have you bought me my orange juice? Lest you have forgotten, the merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. True, but I already have some for you. Nope. Phew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folks to dye their outfits to a variable rainbow of colors. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured that it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer for the change in appearance, a change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that the garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there's no fear of getting locked into one color. The Garskin pink that seems like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. And that is all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now, what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color into your life. Alright, and it's as simple as that. Nice easy quest, and we get a bunch of different dyes here. A blue, a yellow, and a red. I was looking backwards. And then you get just the ability to dye your gear. Cool. So we'll read this real quick. You are now able to dye items, and to dye a piece of gear. To dye a piece of gear, you must first have the proper colorant. Colorant can be crafted or purchased in stores. Once you have the proper colorant, dyeing an item is as easy as selecting dye icon from the actions and traits interface. There is no limit to how many times an item can be dyed. Dye can also be removed by using an item called Terebinth. Sure. Similarly, if you wish to paint a housing fixture or furnishing, you can do so by selecting dye by accessing housing within the social menus. Alternatively, furnishing can also be painted when selected from the inventory. Okay, so just going with that, the way you can always tell if something can be dyed is by this little circle right up here. If it looks like it's just a black hole, that means that there's no color applied to it, it's just its base color. But if there looks like there's a color here, this one happens to be blue. And over here, we happen to have brown. So I could technically dye these things any color I want. So they usually just do this so that you can see what it looks like. But if we were to select white, you can see what changes. Now, down here is something I've not yet discovered. There's a secondary square, and I don't know if they're planning on putting two-tone colors, but as of right now, you can only dye your items one tone, which I really don't like. So like imagine if I wanted this hot pink, but I don't like this brown or this gray that's going with it. There's no way for me to change that. It's just this one part of the pants, which is really unfortunate. It disallows people to really get crazy with their dyeing, and I wish it was more like Guild Wars 2, where it has an extensive like primary color, secondary color for each piece of the armor. Now, I don't know what this one is. I think it's for learning how to craft glamour prisms yourself instead of just buying them or something like that. I always wondered. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. We're at the time limit that I like to keep, so I'm going to end this episode here, and I want to thank you all for joining me in today's episode. And oh my god, that's friggin', what an interesting amount. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed it and are looking forward to more episodes in the future. I'm going to teleport back over to the Brightflock's Long Stop dungeon, and we're going to pick that up in the next episode. Alright, y'all. Peace out, and much love to you.